Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to online classes. In the last video, we have discussed about properties of 13th group elements. In this session, I am going to discuss about 13th group elements, how to react with air, nothing but water, next nitrogen and oxygen. Before going to that, so in the last video we have discussed this. M, it means in trivalent state. Trivalent state. It means +3 oxidation state. So M plus H2O equals to trivalent state hydrolyzed. Then give us MOH 4 times, so -1 it is. It means tetrahydroxy metal, where metal is whatever the metal that is, it is MCl3. So this metal may be boron or aluminium, can undergo sp3 hybridization, and the shape is tetrahedral. So similarly, AlCl3 plus H2O gives rise to AlH2O 6 times. H2O 6 times it is. So then you get your aluminium if you take. So aqueous water. Then it is +3. You get aluminium undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. Shape is octahedral. Now, in aluminium, d orbitals in aluminium involved in sp3d2 hybridization. Aluminium configuration is 3s2 3p1. After that, 3d empty orbitals available. These orbitals involved in hybridization. That's why sp3d2 hybridization. After is about oxidation states of 13th group elements. Now, reaction with air. It means we have started chemical properties. In that, oxidation states completed. Second one, reaction with air, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. First one, reaction with air means one is with oxygen, another one with water, another one with nitrogen. We have to start. Now, first, reaction with oxygen. Yes. First element, boron is unreactive in crystalline form. Crystalline form means in crystalline form it is very strong, unreactive. That's why crystalline means the boron atoms are tightly held together. Then to break the bond it is very difficult. That's why crystalline form unreactive. So in amorphous form, powder-like form, so it is more reactive and can react with oxygen in air, then forms a trioxide. In amorphous form of boron, it can react with oxygen, gives B2O3. B plus 3O2 gives rise to B2O3. here 4 modes I am taking. 2B2. Triads. Aluminium. If you observe little reactive metal, so when exposed to air, it can react with oxygen, then forms an oxide that is called aluminium trioxide. A thin film on aluminium will be formed. That's why when you keep the aluminium rod in particular acids, it becomes unreactive due to the oxide film. Aluminium can form thin oxide film when exposed to air. That's why the metal aluminium is corrosive due to the thin oxide film by the reaction with oxygen. Similarly, aluminium plus 3O2 gives rise to then 2Al2O3 oxide film. Oxides I am writing down. So B2O3, Al2O3, next aluminium, gallium, Ga2O3, indium O3, thallium. Thallium trioxides are never possible, even oxides also not possible, because thallium shows only +1 oxidation state but not +3 and +2 oxidation state. So now it is acidic. These two are amphoteric. These two are basic in nature. The oxides, basic nature of oxides increases from top to bottom. Acidic nature decreases. So this on treatment with water plus water, then gives rise to H3BO3. Acid will be formed. This on treatment with water, amphoteric. It means acid and base can form. Nothing but these oxides can react with acid as well as base. That's why named as amphoteric. And these two can treat with water, then forms basic compounds. Right? Bases will be formed. Right? Acids, amphoteric, bases. Now, this is a BOH thrice hydroxide. Here AlOH thrice, Ga2OH thrice. Here InOH thrice, PlOH. Oxides treated with water then gives bases. Oxide treated with water then gives acids and bases. Oxide, boron oxide treated with water then forms only acid. This is acid. BOH thrice H3BO3, it is an acid, not a base. So to represent they mentioned BOH thrice, but not base it is. Named as boric acid H3BO3. You can also represent it as BOH thrice. Now, after this, reaction with oxygen completed, nitrogen. Reaction with nitrogen. So these elements are less reactive with nitrogen at normal temperature because this reaction with nitrogen. These are less reactive with nitrogen at normal temperature, but at high temperature possible, but at high temperature they can react with nitrogen under drastic condition. Boron 2 moles and nitrogen then give us 2Bn. It is called boron nitride. What is this? Boron nitride. Similarly, aluminium can treat with nitrogen that gives us to aluminium nitride. Aluminium nitride. So nitrides will be formed when treatment with nitrogen. Next, reaction with oxygen. oxygen over reaction with water. Yes. These elements are less reactive with water. These are less reactive with water because of their ionization enthalpy values. And boron, less reactive under normal temperature but reactive at high temperature. Similarly, if no oxide film on aluminum can react with moisture, nothing but water. So boron is less reactive due to high ionization enthalpy values, and aluminum can react if there is no oxide film on the aluminum. So now reaction start. Boron plus 3H2O gives rise to B2O3 plus 3 hydrogen gas molecules will be removed. Similarly, 2Al plus 3H2O gives rise to Al2O3 plus 3H2. The gas released is hydrogen gas. So this is the reactivity towards which one? Moisture, otherwise air. Even thallium can also, thallium plus H2O in presence of oxygen, then gives rise to thallium hydroxide. So it is only one OH, OH will be -1, thallium will be +1. In +1 state only thallium is more stable, but not in +3 oxidation state. So this is the second chemical property. First one is oxidation state, second one is reaction with the air. In that, reaction with oxygen, reaction with nitrogen, reaction with the moisture, oxygen, nitrogen, moisture present in air. Air means we need to study these three reactions, right? Next one after that, reactivity towards acids and bases. Reactivity towards acids and bases with 13 group elements. Yes. Third one, reactivity towards acids. First of all, boron and aluminum can react with acids and bases. Boron will not react with acids under normal temperature, but at high temperature it can react with the acids, because boron ionization enthalpy is higher than that of other elements. That's why less reactive. So now, boron plus HNO3, and boron reacts only with concentrated acids. Boron reacts with only concentrated acids, but not with the dilute acids because of its reactivity, right? Boron plus HNO3 gives rise to, it is concentrated nitric acid. So then 3 moles H3BO3 plus 3NO. So NO means nitric oxide. NO, N plus 2, oxygen minus 2, nitric oxide will be formed. Nitric oxide will be formed. Next, similarly, boron plus H2SO4 gives rise to 3 moles if you take H3BO3 plus 3SO2. 3SO2 here. Sulfur dioxide will be formed. 3H2SO4 it is. Okay. H3BO3 means 2B. 2. It is 2, it is also 2. Right. Sulfur dioxide will be formed. Even aluminium also can react with aluminium plus 6HCl given as 2. AlCl 6 times minus 3 plus 3H2. So tetrachloro aluminate plus 3 ion will be formed here. Now this is the reaction with which one? Acids. Aluminium can react with acids vigorously because of high reactivity and low ionization enthalpy values. Aluminium can react with acids easily because of which one? Low ionization enthalpy. Reactivity with bases. Bases means alkali. They can react with the bases. Boron, aluminium, boron reacts with bases at high temperature. Aluminium reacts easily at any temperature because of ionization enthalpy values. So boron reaction will be 2B plus 6NaOH gives rise to Na3BO3 plus Na3BO3 plus 3H2. Sodium borate will be formed reaction. So aluminium plus 2NaOH gives rise to 2NaAlOH 4 times this. This is formed. You just observe carefully here. Boron can react with acids. Boron can react with base. Aluminium can react with acid. Aluminium can react with bases. The compound which can react with acid as well as base, that is called amphoteric. Hence, boron and aluminium are amphoteric in nature. Very, very important. Boron and aluminium are amphoteric in nature because they can react with acids as well as bases. Next. After that, reactivity towards halogens. Now, fourth one is reactivity towards halogens. Towards halogens. Yes. And these elements on treatment with the halogens, M plus X2 gives rise to MX3 halides. Halide. Where M equal to boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and tin, whatever it is. So now, here, how these elements can react with the halogens, we will observe. So now, all boron halides are very reactive. All boron trihalides are hydrolyzed to form boric acid. All boron trihalides on hydrolysis forms boric acid except BF3. This is important. Observe carefully. Now, boron trichloride. Boron trichloride treated with water. Boron tribromide treated with water. Boron triiodide treated with water, then forms H3BO3. 3H and 3Cl removed as 3HC. Here also H3BO3, 3HBr and H3BO3 plus 3HI. Very, very important. The common product is boric acid. So the full name is orthoboric acid. All boron trihalides, boron trichloride, tribromide, triiodide can react with water, nothing but on hydrolysis gives. Common product is a boric acid, except which one? BF3. So BF3 plus 3H2O. So no product here. Reason behind this, reason for this. BF bond is, the bond length is very low because small atoms, boron is very small size. That's why this bond is stronger. That's why it is difficult to break. Stronger, difficult to break. That's why never involved in reaction with water. And boron and fluorine. Fluorine has 3 lone pairs and 1 electron, and boron configuration is 2s2 2p1. It means S contains 2 electrons, P contains totally 1 electron. Clear? Observe carefully because of the smaller size. And boron contains mp-p orbitals. These two are mp, which orbitals, p orbitals, which are present in a boron. So these electrons can donate to mp-p orbitals of boron. This bonding is called back bonding. What is it called as? Back bonding. So there is a possibility for back bonding from fluorine to the mp-p orbitals of a boron. Fluorine has excess of electrons. 1 pair of electrons donated to boron. That too mp-p orbitals of a boron. This is a back bonding. Obviously, already there is a single bond. Again there is another bond. It means the bond strength will be increased. Very, very important. Except BF3, all gives boric acid on hydrolysis. The reason behind this, BF bond is stronger and BF bond which undergoes back bonding. Which bonding that is? Back bonding. Next, a simple question. So AlCl3 bottle, if you open the cap of AlCl3, you can observe white fumes around the AlCl3 bottle. White fumes. Observe around anhydrous AlCl3 bottle. So what is the reason for white fumes around the anhydrous AlCl3 bottle? AlCl3, so it can react with atmospheric which one? Water or moisture, then releases hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid is nothing but a white fume. Now AlCl3 plus 3H2O then gives rise to Al2O3 plus 3HCl. HCls are white fumes. HCl is white fume. Very, very important. Next. After this. Next, so boron can form, boron halides can form complex ion on hydrolysis. Complex means BF3 plus water, then gives water contains H plus ion and OH minus ion. H plus, boron, 3 fluorines and 1 OH minus ion left. This is a complex compound. Which compound it is? Complex compound. Now, fluorides of 13th group elements are ionic, very important. Chlorides, bromides and iodides are covalent. Yesterday I gave you size of anion. Here anion is halide ion, Cl minus Br minus halide anion increases, covalent character will be increased. Fluorine is a smaller one, ionic. Chlorine, bromine, iodine are larger, that's why covalent. Now, fluorides are AlF3, BF3, AlF3, GaF3, next INF3, TLF. Thallium forms only monochlorides because it shows only positive oxidations +1 but not +3 oxidations. BF3, here smaller cation, here larger cation. Cation size increases, ionic character will be increased. Cation size decreases, covalent character will be increased. Now, so cation size increases. If you wrote this is more ionic character, more ionic, less ionic. It is covalent. It is ionic character order. Reverse order is a covalent character order. Now, cation size, what is that? Increases, covalent character or ionic character increases. Ionic character increases. Ionic character increases. Better you remember. Next, after this, fluorides, iodides already completed. Ionic nature, yes. AlF3, AlF3, AlCl3, AlBr3, AlI3, which is covalent, which is ionic, they will explain. Cations are aluminiums only, same, we cannot decide. Anions, fluorine, smaller size, iodine, larger size. Size of anion increases, covalent character increases. So, covalent character, it is more covalent, right? It is less covalent. The order is covalent character order. Covalent character order. This is ionic, it is covalent. More covalent, less covalent. More ionic, less ionic. The order is very, very important. Next. Acidic strength, Bi3, BBr3, BCl3, BF3. This is already given in your previous exams. So important, need exams. So what is the right order of halides of trihalides of boron? So Bi3, BBr3, BCl3, BF3. So acidic character order of acid. Very, very important. It means acid means the compound which can accept a lone pair of electron, that is called acid. To accept boron and iodine, bond length is very high. Boron configuration is 2s2, 2p1, s pair, p only one electron. These two are mp p orbitals of boron. This is iodine. Iodine large size, that's why the bond length is very very high. Boron and fluorine. Fluorine is smaller, the bond length is very low. And obviously here also 2s2, 2p. Yes, 2 electrons, p, totally only 1. These also NTP orbitals. NTP orbitals of boron. So here the bond length is very low. It means the distance is very close. Obviously there are lone pairs on fluorine atom. Those lone pairs can donate to which one? NTP orbitals of boron from fluorine. Clear? Donation is more. It means boron is accepting electrons from fluorine very fast because of the smaller size. So if you observe here, iodine large size, the distance is more. Here also iodine has 3 lone pairs, NP orbitals, but the distance is very high. Difficult to donate electron from iodine to boron, otherwise difficult to accept the electron pair by boron from iodine. It means it is difficult to accepting electrons, less acidic. It is easy to accept electrons, more acidic. So here the order of acidic strength is, if you observe clearly, there is a tricky point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, around boron, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6. It is not donated. 6 means incomplete octet, obviously. To complete it octet, it will gain 2 more electrons from others immediately. But here, boron is donating easily. It is completed its octet. Clear? That's why it is satisfied. It is not satisfied due to the partial overlapping of orbitals of iodine and boron NTP orbitals. That's why the size of the halide ion increases. The donation of electron from halide to boron is decreased because bond length increased. Obviously, around the boron, number of electrons will be decreased. The compound will be electron deficient. Electron deficient compound can accept electron easily and acting as a strong acid. Now, boron iodides are more acidic than that of boron fluorides. So very very important. So take down the reason clearly, all of you. Size of halide ion increases, overlapping will be decreases. It means overlapping of iodine orbitals and boron orbitals are very difficult because the bond length is very very high. Then electron density around boron decreases. If iodine donates, obviously around the boron more electron density. Iodine bond length is very high, that's why difficult to donate. Obviously around the boron less electron density decreases. Then compound is electron deficient, then acts as Lewis acids. Very very important. This is the reason. Okay. Yes. Next topic is the first element in each and every group shows anomalous properties, unique properties because of its small size, high ionization enthalpy, high electronegativity. The first element in each and every group shows different unique properties called anomalous properties. So the first element in the 13th group is boron. It shows few unique properties, anomalous properties of boron. First one, boron is a non-metal remaining all are metals. Boron forms covalent compounds or covalent bonds, remaining can form ionic bonds. Boron B2O3 is acidic, remaining all are amphoteric and basic. Next, boron forms a stable covalent hydrates called boranes like diborane BH3, B2H6, B3, B4H8. So like that, this is our next topic, we can continue. Next, boron never appears as a cation. Because of its small size, it can always try to accept electron, then forms anion only, but not cation. Next, all boron trihalides are on hydrolysis gives boric acid as we discussed, except BF3, but remaining cannot like that. Trichlorides, tribromides, triiodides of boron are covalent, but remaining trichlorides, tribromides, triiodides of remaining elements are ionic. Now, boron cannot form BF6 minus 3, but aluminium can form AlF6 minus 3. Aluminium contains 3s2 3p1 configuration and 3d level also possible in aluminium. D orbitals are possible in aluminium. That's why it can exhibit AlF6 minus 3. Otherwise, boron configuration is 2s2 2p1. In second shell, there is no d orbital possible. Due to the absence of d orbitals, boron exhibits only BF3 or BF4 minus, but not BF6. It means number of maximum bonds by boron only 4, because 2s, 2px, 2py, 2pz only 4, but not 5, 6, 7, etc. because of absence of d orbitals. Boron configuration is 2s2 2p1, s and p. 1, 2, 3, 4, maximum 4 bonds. In second shell there is no availability of d orbital, that's why so it will never shows 5 bonds, 6 bonds like that. It shows only 4 bonds maximum. We'll continue in the next one.